Hi, this is VoiceOver Cash. Sorry for the audio. I was recording this on a Chromebook, which has not great audio, on top of the fact that I was wearing a mask that muffled everything I said. Hi, I'm a thief. And here's a small fact. You're gonna die, is the first thing that this book said when I opened it. Which, would really captivate a thief's like me interest. But when I first read the title of the book, I thought it'd be about finding who the book thief is. But it's not really about that because it kind of just tells you who the book thief is in the first page of the book. So, I was completely wrong. I'll only be going over part 1, which is pages 1 to 55, because if I went over all 10 parts, we'd be here for like 5 hours. And also, I already have 11 pages of script that I wouldn't be able to get it in on time if it wasn't for that. Part 1 starts by telling you that the story is about Liesel Merminger, also known as the Book Thief. Liesel is dreaming about a Hitler rally. She looked at the skull-colored part in his beautiful hair and the perfect square of his mustache. She dreams that Hitler crouches down to her and smiles. She says that in, German, I think.
Guten Tag, Herr Führer. Wie geht's dir heute?
Which translates to "Good day, Mr. Leader. How are you today?" Right as Dreamler was about to respond, she woke up. For Liesel Merminger, there was the imprisoned stiffness of movement and the staggered onslaught of thoughts.
Es stimmt nicht.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Okay. 2 days later, the narrator finds himself coming to a ceremony process. They spot 2 kids blabbering about how ice makes it so hard to dig up the graves. They get annoyed and leave, and not noticing that their book fell out of their pocket. And for some reason, the book takes a huge tonal shift. The girl, however, stayed. Her knees entered the ground. Her moment had arrived. Still in disbelief, she started to dig. He couldn't be dead. He couldn't be dead. He couldn't... Within seconds, snow was carved into her skin. Frozen blood was cracked across her hands. Yikes. Her mother came back a little while after and dragged her away, kicking and screaming. After a little bit of forceful crime prevention, she eventually stops screaming and calms down enough to find the black book the other grave robbers left behind. After hesitantly leaving the cemetery, they go back on the train to go to... What does that say? Bahnhof Munich. To meet up with her new foster parents. So remember when I said, I didn't know this was due on Tuesday? I don't have enough time to put in the rest of my script, so I'm just gonna skip to the end. I hope that if you haven't already read this book, this has encouraged you to. I'm not gonna go into detail about the other parts, but all you need to know is that the last chapter of the book is called The End of the World Part 2. And, if you like bombs, it's definitely not my favorite book ever. I love you tomorrow. But it's set in an interesting time pool and definitely captures your attention very well. I like how it has a sad ending. I'm not going to tell you what the ending is, because that would be a huge spoiler. I like how it has a sad ending and everything isn't fine when the book ends. Unlike most media in general. My main and only complaint is how much the tone shifts between paragraphs. Sometimes it confuses me when the book goes from lighthearted to serious, from serious to dramatic, from dramatic to dark, and from dark to wholesome. I wish that the parts were more separated, because I think that Liesel's brother dying and her learning how to speak English, or her making a new best friend, should be 2 different parts. I wasn't in Germany when Hitler ruled there. In fact, I wasn't anywhere when Hitler was there. But the book throwing in Liesel dreaming about Hitler in the second paragraph captured my attention very well. So, yeah, goodbye. I gotta go rob some houses.
I never liked Sabah